It has been a year since I moved to Paris and I cannot speak a single phrase in French. So I challenged myself to be fully fluent in French in 1 year. Hi everyone, my name is CE, and if you're new here, welcome. It has been a year since I moved here. I am an international student in Paris. I am currently pursuing a master management degree at HEC Paris. I finished my first part of my master this past May, and currently I'm doing a internship at L'Oreal in the social media team for L'Oreal Paris. And if you want to know more about it, feel free to let me know in the comments. I moved to Paris because I love the French culture so much, and I've always wanted to move to Europe, and not as a tourist, not as a exchange student, but really as someone that lived here and belonged here. I think the French culture is so beautiful, and as someone who grew up in an Asian household and went to school in America, Paris really represents a whole other perspective. I made this challenge because French matters to me. I want to have the ability to understand the culture from its own lens, and I want to have the opportunity to speak to my friends, talk with my peers in French, and then to really understand and immerse myself in this culture. Today will be day 16. Will be almost 2 weeks since I started this challenge. And if you look at my shorts, I have posted daily milestones of what I did in a day, of what I learned in a day, or just basically updating you on my progress. And to be honest with you, on day 15 and 16, the 2 weeks mark, I have already gone through so many days where I just couldn't do anything then post a simple 15-second video. There are days where it got super hard and it was really a struggle, and it really reminded me of why I started this challenge. Because I'm not just here as a student anymore. I am working, I am doing full-time internships, I am juggling personal lives, and sometimes I have to apply for different programs and scholarships. So with all these different responsibility and stress, it's really hard for me sometimes to learn French. And the environment in France and my very international friend group has made it way too easy for me to not speak French and to not step out of my comfort zone. I really needed that daily reminder and motivation to keep going and to learn French. So, what are the first 2 weeks feels like? First, it really started off very exciting. I am vlogging myself every day and I'm getting more comfortable with the camera, and it was a really exciting start to start the journey. I have a lot of good friends that are super encouraging and super supportive, and they're always in the comments hyping me up. So the first few days was honestly a blast, and I look forward to posting. I look forward to have my friends supporting me, and I look forward to make content for this upcoming journey. But then very soon I start to see some struggles. The first struggle is it's really embarrassing for me to posting, especially on my platforms where I know my friends are seeing me and the numbers are not there. So sometimes I tell my friends, like, every single time I post I feel like a dumb, I feel so stupid and embarrassing, and I see people sharing my reels or my TikTok around, and I just know that they're laughing in their group chat for me doing this stupid thing. But it was a big struggle, and a lot of it is in my mind. But I know that if I want to be where I am, if I want to start this content creation journey, if I want to speak fluent French, then that is something that I really have to go through. And also, for the last week, I was really sick, and it's a big blow for the start of my content journey when you just started this and then suddenly you felt sick and you're not in your best physical self, so you don't have the extra energy to do another thing, to film yourself, to edit, and then to spend all this energy to have like 10 views on Instagram. So that was also a big struggle that I need to overcome. And overall, I think there's another big challenge where I think it was around day 8 or day 9 where I had a few posts that did quite well on some platforms and I was starting to get some tractions. And that is where I really wanted to ask myself early, which is what do I want to get out from this journey? And to me, the answer is my top priority by the end of this journey is to speak French fluently. But during the middle, I'm doing just like vlog videos of what I did in a day. That's a very realistic way of me showing my progress and what I do. There are days where I don't study French that much and I just learned one word or one phrase, right? But then I don't want to make videos just for the sake of making them. I don't want to fall into a habit where I'm just doing things. For example, I put the camera up, I do some French questions just for the sake of a few clips, right? I don't want to, if there are days where I don't study French, I want to be real and show that. Instead of on days that I don't have any more content, I just study fake for the camera 2 minutes and then I go along my day. So that is one thing that I realized very early on that I need to address. So I try to keep my content as authentic as possible. So when there are days where I don't feel like studying or I just really can't, I show that, and it's a normal part of the progress. Not every day it will be your 100, but the important thing is you're very consistent and you're always making some progress, whether that's small or big. It just has to be consistent. I just noticed that my lips are so chappy and I am in love with L'Oreal Paris, my company, and to give some color back in my eyes. And now I look like a dumb bitch. Every week I will do a longer form YouTube video, and also I will do maybe monthly status checkup or progress update where I give a more general view of what I do. And also, I plan on to do a segment where I correct all the mistakes that I made in my video if I speak French. And I really want your guys' help because people are very encouraging and very helpful in the comments where they tell me what grammatic mistake or what pronunciation mistake that I made. I really appreciate all that, and I think moving on every couple of weeks I will do a compilation of every mistake that I made, and we can learn from our mistakes together. So, everything that I've learned so far, over the past 2 weeks, I've learned several phrases. First one is un petit four, the little bites that you take at a soirée or at a dinner party. I've also learned the phrase se coucher moins bête. And it basically means go to sleep a little less stupid. You learn something new every day. Overall, I think pronunciation-wise, I've gotten so much more comfortable with speaking French. Sometimes even just with the camera and myself, I'm talking French. It really helps me be more comfortable speaking and the different sounds. So that was very helpful. I also learned some grammar, so it was the hypothesis in French. So there are 3 ways to say hypothesis. So there was a lot of grammar mistakes, and it's really hard and it was probably the most difficult part is to learn these super complicated grammar that sometimes when you're speaking you don't have the time or you cannot remember on the spot of all the rules, and it really requires a lot of practicing and repetition to fully understand and become naturally fluent with the grammars. So it was that. And what really surprised me the most of this entire journey is that how little that I know that I learned French. I think compared to a lot of my peers, I already tried so hard because I've been here for a year, girl. I've been here for a year, and my plan was I will be here for 3 years. I'll be here 2 years for my master's and 1 year in between for my gap year. And very soon I will cross the halfway mark. I'll be halfway done with my gap year, which means I'll be halfway done with my determined time in Paris. And my goal was to be able to get a fluent language out of this. And I'm completely honest with you and with myself, the first year I didn't learn so much French. There is no excuse for this because school, trying to find work, and personal reasons, it wasn't my priority. But it's very disheartening, because there are days where I feel like I got this, I know this, I can speak French, it's fine. But you have to take in mind that a lot of times you feel like I was talking with my friend in French. It's because they are very taking care of me. They talk slowly, they use easier words, they pronounce more clearly, and they give you more time to think about it, and then you generally talk about more easy to understand topics. Whereas out in the world, or you're talking with a colleague, the speed that they're talking, or these liaison or pronunciation choices that are making these references, or when the topic are more advanced, it truly dawns on me of how long the journey is left to go. But I'm also, since I started on this journey, I am so pleasantly surprised by the amount of support from my friends, from just came along on this journey, and then from complete strangers online. I think I feel like every day there is somebody, a nice comment that makes me feel good about what I'm doing, and I wanted to make people proud. I want to have people follow along, and in a couple of weeks, months, or after this year, they're able to come back on this journey. They're able to come back on this video and see like, wow, she really did this from day one. She really set her mind on this game and on this goal, and really went for it. And I really wanted to have that. And so now what I'm going to do is every day I am going to post about what I did in my progress, and it's going to be real, it's going to be authentic. It will be sometimes a new word or phrase that I learned, sometimes it will be clips of me speaking with my friends, sometimes it will be me watching French content, be my daily routine. And I'm excited to bring more videos on the next month for you. And I'm very scared about this journey because I don't know if I will be able to fully follow through with this, and I really don't know where my friends will be in a year. But I want to thank everybody that has shown me kindness on this journey. I want to thank everybody that followed me or that commented a correction of something that I said wrong in the video. Believe me, it's as a creator who's starting this journey, it's a really big help. And to close, I just want to say, I don't know if I will be fluent in a year, but I do know this. I am not stopping. I'm building a new language, a new life in Paris, and a newer version of myself. And for the next 365 days, I will show you my life in Paris as an international. I will show you my struggles, my wins, and my challenges, and I'll show you my story. And if you want to come along, if you are learning a new language yourself, if you just want to see if really did that, then feel free to follow and comment, so I know that you are here from the day one. I will see you around in Paris. And today is day 16. And to future CE, if you're watching this in a couple of months or a year, I hope you did it. I hope you don't give up, and I am so proud of you, of us. And that's it.